Hi there, this is Joe from ShopTo, and I'm joined by Dan.
Hello.
And this is the ShopTo Gaming Show, episode 6, I believe. Episode 6, is that right?
Lost count.
Yeah, me too. There's been so many recently, we've lost count. How are you?
This one, I just watched this really weird Hobbit advert, a dance-off thing, advertising for a new Apple and iOS game. It has nothing to do with the game at all, but it's quite funny. Got loads of little hobbits with a dance-off with some elves. What would you call them?
I can't say I've seen that one.
No, I think it's just come out. It's really weird. It has nothing to do with the game, but yeah, it's worth a look.
Right, if it passes me by, I'll have a look.
I'll send it to Facebook.
Yeah, I've got to see it. Something just threw me there. I was just going to my laptop, and I've really got to stop letting the kids use my laptop because I don't know what is on the screen. It's absolutely disgusting.
You know, you got to tell us what it is.
It looks like they've just dipped their hand in their dinner and wiped it over the screen. It's like, oh god, that's horrible. Anyway,
tablets, eh?
Anyway, let's forget about that. Oh, I need to get something to wipe that off. Okay, game news. Let's do that first, since this podcast is mainly about games. Right, what do you like to talk about?
Well, it's kick off with Battlefront. I think that's always a good one, isn't it?
Battlefront. I do have Battlefront. I do have Battlefront news. Yeah, you're right. Battlefront was number 1 in Japan. I think it sold 126,000 copies from memory.
I'm quite surprised with that.
What, Japan loves Star Wars, do they not?
They're not massive. My impression was that they don't really go for that kind of that game.
It's not. I mean, it's a good amount of. It's a good amount of units sold, but Japan's a big place. I mean, it's been known for games to come out and sell like 1 million in a week.
Sure.
So, but it's not bad considering the PlayStation 4 base is fairly small in Japan. That's 2 million in Japan, which isn't really that much, is it? I mean, I imagine last time round, I can't remember how many PlayStation 4 went on to sell. PlayStation 3 went on to sell in Japan. I can't remember what the amount was in total, but it must have been, I don't know, I'm going to look it up now. But I mean, so 2 million and it sold 126,000, that's a pretty decent attach rate, isn't it?
Yeah, true, yeah.
So they must be pleased with that. There's also other Battlefront news. I've got it in my list somewhere, but my list isn't very organised. EA confirms that Battlefront will get more free content in the future in addition to the Battle of Jakku, so that's good. That's more maps, more.
The new game mode is exactly the sort of thing I was hoping for from this game, so I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, so that's us talking more maps, more game modes, more characters. So I mean, it's not bad, is it?
Oh, I know they've. I don't know if they've listened to sort of the general complaint of the customers, or if this is already pre-planned. But it's a good way forward, just to put a few little free drops in there as well, just to keep the community going, really. Because the classic thing with DLC is once you start releasing it, you start alienating people that don't. So giving a little freebie every now and then, I think, will help it go along.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, it says here, I was just looking VG charts. I don't usually use them; they're not accurate, but for Japan, they're probably quite accurate. The total PlayStation 3 sold in Japan, according to this, is 7.5 million. Doesn't seem a lot, does it?
That seems enough.
PSP would got up to 18 million in Japan.
Yeah.
So it's fairly disappointing. I mean, PlayStation 4 is already at 2 million in Japan. So
right.
I think PlayStation 4 will probably take off in Japan soon because there's a lot of JRPGs on the way, an awful lot. So that could really help. There was also other Battlefront. Oh yeah, that's the Battlefront news you just mentioned. That the Battle of Jakku includes a new mode called Turning Point. So that, do you know much about that mode? All I know is
it sounds very much like what they had on the the other DICE games, the Battlefield games, you've got Imperials versus the Rebels. I think the Rebels are trying to take over some land. As a team, you take over a control point. Once you take over that control point, the next one opens up, and then you just move along the map, slowly taking over it. And as the Rebels are pushing, obviously the Imperials are trying to hold them back and defending.
Yeah, and then you need to do one last push or something, I remember reading.
Yeah, that's the classic thing. And then my experience of the Battlefield games is there's a little cutscene at the end just showing something happening, like a big explosion or some strike ships taking out some critical building. So that's good, actually. It's a map mode that I was really hoping for, so I'm just cool that's in there.
Well, I'm loving Battlefront, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Let's stick with our news. Because quite a big bit of news is that PS4's now sold 30.2 million consoles worldwide. 30.2 million, that's faster than the PlayStation 2 got to 30 million.
You've bought a fair amount of those, haven't you?
What's that?
I think you've actually brought a fair amount of those ones yourself, haven't you?
Yeah. I did buy my fair share of PlayStation 2s as well, to be fair. I kept buying it and then selling it again. I don't know, I must have bought about 5 or 6 PlayStation 2s, but I'd always...
You're weird like that. You're such weird habits about buying consoles. I was amazed.
But it's not that I had 6 at once, it's just that I kept buying them, and then, because it probably the age it was, I kept selling them again so I could do something else, and then I'd miss it and I'd buy it again. So, I mean, it's just the way I was then. But now I've...
Keep on buying them.
No, well, I've only got 3. One downstairs and one for upstairs. That's fair enough. And the other one, the anniversary one, I just keep in the shelf because that's just...
It's nice.
It's this nostalgia thing.
Yeah,
but cool. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Over 30 million, 2 months faster than the PlayStation 2 got there. Of course, the PlayStation 2 is the fastest selling console of all time.
See, I'm surprised because, to me, it's only really the past couple of months where the new generation of consoles are really starting to sort of get in their stride and offer some games that people are really interested in.
I think Sony just kind of got it right from the beginning.
I think that helped them a lot.
The message was just perfect, so it wasn't... I don't think they've done much wrong since. I mean, I know there's not been a lot of exclusives recently in the past month or so, but they've had their fair share of exclusives this year, I'd say. And but they've got the marketing right, what with Battlefront and Call of Duty, so I mean at least they've sided with the right games while they're waiting in their own exclusives to come. In 2016 they're looking absolutely amazing for exclusives in PlayStation 4. I mean, even on Xbox One the exclusives don't look too bad on next year either. I mean, I don't know if Quantum Break's coming next year or not, but I can't wait for a new Crackdown. Oh, it'll be good. Do you like the Crackdown games?
Absolutely. Look, I saw the guys, Ruffian, I think, who are making the sequel. I saw the first one, so I played the first one a lot. The second one...
I was a bit let down by the second one, really. The first one was brilliant. But
I think because it was actually the same map, if I remember rightly, just different monsters.
There was just something about it that didn't quite go for me.
I think it distanced itself a bit too much from the first one. But the first game, absolutely loved it.
So
other than collecting all the orbs, I think that's a game I played, put a lot of time into.
Yeah, I did. I put a lot of time into the first one. I loved it a bit. It's probably my favourite. It's probably, alongside Cameo, it's probably my favourite Xbox game I've played, really.
I think I didn't, yeah.
Yeah, I did like Cameo as well, even though it's a bit of a weird one to say it's one of my favourite games. I did like it. And Crackdown. PlayStation, I mean, those exclusives come next year. Uncharted 4, obviously, that's a big one. That's going to sell a lot, I think. I think that's going to sell tons. And obviously there's new Gran Turismo coming that could do well. The beta's at least coming next year. The Last Guardian as well, at last, after how many years?
Destiny 2 probably next year at some point.
Yeah, and next year's just Dishonored 2 as well, which could be one to watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That got announced back at E3, but they've been pretty quiet on it since, probably because they've been talking about Fallout. They're not really want to distract from Fallout much. Just there's so many games coming next year.
Good.
We might even hear about Titanfall 2 I'm hoping that's a lot better than the first one. You know, I feel about the first one. You know, I thought it was a good game, but just never had enough content. It turns out
it was lacking. Yeah.
Oh, and all that abuse I got, and it turns out I was right because no one's playing it anymore. I knew I was right. I don't like to say I'm right, but I knew I was right. So, haha.
I think a few months ago they gave away loads of free content. I think it was a really cheap season pass offers. I don't know why, but I bought them, but never actually played it because even that wasn't enough to maybe come back to play the game.
I knew I was right at the time. I was just thinking there's not enough there, and nobody really agreed with me. But oh well, it's a shame.
I think because especially when playing Battlefront, it's the same idea, online only, multiplayer only. But I think Battlefront just seems to have got a bit more depth with it.
Battlefront's got a bit more, but it's Star Wars as well, which obviously got to hook you in, especially if you're a big fan of that sort of thing.
I'm a big fan, but I've had an awful lot of Star Wars games that have been rubbish, so I'm kind of beyond that point of saying it's a good hook. It needs to be a good game rather than just have Star Wars now, because I say, if you were playing the games during the N64 and the GameCube era, there are some shockers out there.
I just love Battlefront. I mean, it's just, I just don't like shooters, but this one's really hooked me in. I mean, I'm level 15 now. I've been trying to go level up. I'm not like these people who play it 24 hours a day, so I'm no level 50 already. I play it, maybe sit down in the evening, have an hour or two, level up, and then think, right, I'll play it again tomorrow and level up again.
I think that's easily the best way to play it. I mean, I had my first go last night for a few hours. I got to level 5 quite quickly, just playing the basic deathmatch mode, and yeah, great stuff so far.
Yeah, what one was that? What's it called again? Blast?
Something like that. Yeah, you just the two teams just killing each other over and over again.
Yeah, I like that one.
Just kind of getting the hang of it. Just get a hang of it. I mean, it looks amazing. I'm playing on the Xbox One. It looks great on that. It sounds beautiful. They say the progression of the characters, unlocking new weapons and stuff, is actually quite good as well.
And those challenges I mentioned, did you have a look at them?
Yeah, I've not really put much time into them. I've unlocked a couple so far. I'm just getting used to the new cards that I'm unlocking. Like last night I got the sniper rifle. And the last shot was a beautiful double headshot, which I was quite happy with.
Yeah, I've always just got to have 15, but you unlock these sort of perks, which there's 3 different ones, and I think I've not got enough credits to buy them. They're like 7,000 each, but these perks let you do things like regenerate health faster or take less damage from explosions, and I can't remember what the other one does. But that's the sort of thing you get. And also at level 15 I finally get the jump pack, so I can buy that as well.
I'll tell you what the only thing that did disappoint me a little bit was Darth Vader doesn't sound quite right.
No, he doesn't, does he? He sounds a bit odd.
The first thing he hears he sounds funny.
Like he's sort of like they recorded it in a bathtub or something.
Well, probably couldn't afford James L. Jones.
No,
I'm sure there's thousands of people that could do a decent Darth Vader impression, but they seem to have got the worst one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably Nolan North doing it, isn't it?
No, I can't remember who does it, but I think whoever does it is somebody who's normally pretty good.
Yeah. It just felt a bit off. There's a bit later on where it actually sounded a bit better, but the first time you hear it, when I was doing the training missions, just a bit like, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, maybe it's just his lines, though, rather than maybe it's because they don't say much. It's sort of things, the lines he's saying is sort of things that Darth Vader might not even say.
True.
Like, I'm going to kill you with my lightsaber.
I don't think he says that, does he?
I don't think he says that, does he?
I don't think so. Well, speaking of Star Wars, also there's a couple of PS4 games, isn't there?
Yeah, although only one's out on PlayStation 4 now, unless you bought the bundle. Of course, if you bought the bundle with Star Wars face on it, with Darth Vader's face on it on the console, then you'd get all 4. But at the moment, just to buy individually, only Super Star Wars is out.
Oh, that was a hard game.
It has trophies though, and
really?
It's kind
of. Now, would that work on the Vita, or is it just PS4?
PS4, but I don't know if it'll work via remote play. I'm not tried.
This is what I want to find out, because obviously there's a lot of backwards compatibility discussions recently in relation to obviously the Xbox doing their ones, and PlayStation have been mentioning it quite a bit. I've seen it in a few reports and things, and I mean, I would like to know if these backwards compat games are going to be playable on the Vita via second screen.
You have this knack of sort of guessing what my topic of the week is before we even talk about it. Honestly,
Oh, really?
Because the topic of the week was going to be about emulation, so we'll come back.
We'll come back to that. Oh, well, we'll talk about that later on.
We'll come back that way. Let's finish the news.
More news then.
And then we'll come back to that. Right, we've talked about PlayStation selling however many million it was. And there was actually a few comments before we move on. There was a few comments on Twitter. Someone saying they're willing to bet that PlayStation 4 will sell 35 million by at least December 31st.
Oh.
And someone just saying and people thought nobody was interested in consoles anymore. But I mean, we've already talked about how many it's reached, so there's no point is talking about it'll get to 35 million. I mean, it's possible because I mean, it sells a few million in November alone.
It's going to be a massive jump. It's obviously Thanksgiving today for Americans, and you have tomorrow being Black Friday, so it's just an awful lot of sales.
I mean, so it's already at 30.2. It's going to get to at least 33 by the end of the year, if not more. So so we'll move on for that. PlayStation Plus games for December were announced.
What we got?
Gauntlet Slayer Edition, which could interest me because I used to like Gauntlet.
Oh, Gauntlet. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Slayer Edition. It's like a new version, so that
right.
could be interesting. I might check that out. King's Quest Episode 1. I'm not sure how I feel about King's Quest. I mean, I've played Episode 1 for review.
I played it a long time ago, so it'd be
Did
interesting
you not
to
play the new one?
No.
No, well, I did, but I don't know how I feel about it really. Yeah. So that's the two PlayStation 4 games. Then and PlayStation 3 gets quite a couple of nice games there. You get SSX, which I was used to love, and you also get Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, so that's not too bad.
That's a good dose.
And then on Vita, it gets Freedom Wars, which is meant to be an excellent game.
Oh, I played that for a bit on the... God, did I review that?
You played it, yeah?
I might have. There's a lot of games around then. I think I might have reviewed that one.
Oh, I don't know. Don't remember. But that's meant to be an excellent game. And also Invisimals, which is kind of okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about Games for Gold?
Oh, Games for Gold, where are they? Oh, I do have that on my list, see? You get the mind reader. Games Gold got Xbox One, get the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. Well, Square Enix Thief reboot is also Games Gold. Xbox 360 users get Castle Storm, and on the 16th of December that's replaced by Sacred 3. And also, since it's Christmas, Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising will be available free of charge as well, December 16th to December 31st. All those titles will be playable on Xbox 360 because from now on the 360 free games are backwards compatible.
That's good.
So,
I couldn't really comment much. I mean, The Adventures of Van Helsing, I'm assuming, is an Xbox Live game, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the Thief game, though, I mean, it's...
Yeah, although that's meant to be pretty bad, but it's worth checking out if it's free.
No, I liked Thief. It was a little bit misguided in its sort of direction, I think. There's an awful lot of pointless looting, and the level layouts were shocking in some areas, but... the stealth side of things was really good fun. I've not played it on the new generation. I played it on the last gen, and I enjoyed it on that quite a bit. So hopefully
it's nice getting all these free games. I mean, having since we both get PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, it's nice for us getting all these free games, isn't it?
I think the Xbox Live one sounds better than the PlayStation.
Yeah, it depends. I guess it just depends on your preference.
Depends on your own already as well.
Yeah, I'm not keen on Thief. I don't know about Van Helsing. I might see what that is, but Gauntlet, kind of for what's the call? Nostalgic reasons. Gauntlet could be okay. I'll check it out. I quite like RPGs, so.
There's a bit of something about Batman Arkham Knight DLC coming as well.
Yeah. Although I really don't care about that game, to be honest.
all that hype it was getting, all that attention, and the DLC tended to be a bit of a meh, didn't it?
I didn't even like the game. I thought it was dreadful.
Yeah, I've not even played it. There's a lot of disappointment.
Some people call it excellent. Some people don't like it. I just think it's dreadful. I'm not a fan at all. But anyway, I got more news. BioShock is unquestionably a permanent franchise, says 2K. So there's going to be a new Bioshock game, despite them closing down the studio who used to make it. Ken Levine, he's still at 2K. He's the one obviously behind Bioshock. I don't know if he's working on a new one, but they wouldn't throw away a franchise like that, would they? It's too popular and it's too good. I mean, I'd say my favourite Bioshock was actually the last one, Bioshock Infinite. I loved that game.
The first one, definitely.
You like the first one?
Yeah. The second one just didn't quite... There's something wrong with the second one, and the third one I'm not touched because I've heard so many weird things about it. I think it popped up the other day on... and I think I bought it yesterday, actually, because it was on a really cheap sale on Xbox.
Buy it and try it.
I mean, I think it's Xbox 360 for like £4 or something, so I thought I'll have that.
I think Infinite's a great game. It's a bit odd, but I think it's great. I love it. Great game. What else? What are we doing? The Australian Classification Board lists PES 2016 free-to-play as an upcoming release. I've no idea what that could be.
Oops, I saw a good jump in there. Is that my phone making that noise?
What's that?
I heard a little bit of buzzing. Hang on a minute. That might make it better. Sorry.
Buzzing? What's he doing?
No, my phone. Something was sounding like it was buzzing on the line.
Everyone's listening to you, thinking, "What's he talking about?"
He's got that.
Strange person.
So, PES is free to play. Sorry, was that?
Yeah, it's probably a mobile title or a PC free to play, and maybe it's some sort of Eastern thing because they like the free to play games over in the East. So, don't know. We'll see. Dying Light season passes to get more expensive.
Yeah, I saw this pop up. What's that about?
The reason for that is the actual content they're bringing out is bigger and better than they thought it would be. So they've obviously
really cool, I think. But so the people that paid for the original low price, are they still getting the new content? Or
yeah, you can actually still get it all the way up to December 8th before the price increases. So you pay $15.99, you'll get any DLC included in Season Pass, plus you'll get this big new expansion. Now, I mean, me and you both like that game. We thought it was great, didn't we? Dying Light.
If you're stuck for a game to play, Dying Light will suck up so many hours because it is brilliant. It was a really sort of not a lot of attention was put onto it, but it was a really good game. And if you get a few other players getting in there with you, it's good fun.
Yeah, and I think it's a great game. I really like it. What else? There's another one here that's about Codemasters to focus only on racing games in the future. It's no surprise, they kind of are racing now, aren't they?
That's kind of what I was associated with was racing. I know they've done Overlord or something.
Yeah, they closed down the studio who made the next one because it got kind of panned. So
were they making another one, or was that been made?
Yeah, it was made, but it got panned. So
really,
yeah,
I didn't even see that come out.
That's it. Okay. Did we talk about what we were going to talk about? The backwards compatibility. We kind of brushed on it.
You mentioned a little bit.
Then I shot you down.
Yeah, typical.
Right, what I was going to say, right, is I think it'll be a PS, because PSX is next week, the PlayStation Experience, where they do this thing for the fans.
That's PSE, isn't it?
PSX. They done it last year.
Sound cool with an X in it, are they?
Don't be picky. It's called PSX. I'm going to call up Shu and say oi. It's PSE. It's PSX. It sounds better. Anyway, last year they done it. It was good. There was a lot of good announcements and a lot of sort of gameplay footage and stuff. So I think that was good. So this year we can expect quite a lot of announcements. Probably a focus on PlayStation VR, because it's the perfect place to do it. All the PlayStation fans will be there. They can have all the units on the show floor and they'll all get to try it and they can create hype around it. So I think there'll be a lot of talk of PlayStation VR, and I think we might even get a date because it's due out next year and it seems the perfect place to date it, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, especially the Christmas time. It's like, right, get ready for your pennies.
I think there might be other announcements. I've got a feeling they're going to do a surprise announcement letting people change their PSN names, because you can't change your PSN name.
Oh, right.
And I mean, I've never wanted to. I know a lot of people have got really stupid names that they regret having now, and they've not been able to change it. I mean, mine is Water. It'll always be Water. So
yeah, so mine's been Magna Pop for as long as I can remember.
Yeah. So I'm not bored about changing mine. It's not something that really fusses me. But a lot of people would love to change their PSN name. So
yeah, I suppose playing as King Dong 78 is always a bit boring after a while, isn't it? So,
yeah, Sergeant Spread'em 69 was one I saw or something.
Yeah, you might want to change that one.
Yeah, so I mean, I think there'll be an announcement about changing that, and I also think they'll announce this PS emulation, which brings us round nicely to what we're talking about. The PS emulation, I think, for PS2 and possibly PS1 games, where they bring trophies to older games, like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 games, and let you play them on PlayStation 4. What they've done with Super Star Wars.
I'm liking the idea.
That could be good. And I know there's PlayStation Now, but the thing with PlayStation Now is that it's just like having a PlayStation 3 inside your PlayStation 4.
But you've got to have a good connection for your internet though.
Yeah, so you stream the games, you rent them and you stream them, but what if they announced emulation for PlayStation 3 games as well as a separate thing? So
I honestly can't see them doing that.
The reason
that would just ruin it.
No, but the reason I say is PlayStation Now is rented games, aren't they? Whereas if they'd done that and you just bought the games, it would be something completely different. You'd have the rental side, which would be PlayStation Now.
Because on the rental, they're making money. If they were to do backwards compatibility, I don't think they're going to be selling many games off the high street. No. The backwards compat's going to be second hand. And Sony ain't going to make any money off that, really, are they?
See, I don't really think that's what they want to focus on, but I think if they did bring some backwards compatibility, like PlayStation 2 or something, people would quite like that. I mean, it's not, like I say, it's not something I'm really fussed about, backwards compatibility, but it's just something I think could be in the pipeline.
Well, I think there's a couple of games that I would want to play. For example, the Xbox one, I mean, straight away we put on the South Park Stick of Truth on it because it's a game that I've not played. Both myself and Mr. Spencer playing it, and it's like a perfect chance to do it. Why not?
Yeah,
so I think there's a few games like that. And the funny thing is, I mean, do you think Sony reacted to what Xbox done, or has this always been?
No, I think that's probably been the works for a while. They can't just flick a switch. I mean, this probably things that takes a year or two to do. Do you know
it's funny,
isn't
it, how they both all at the same time.
Yeah, but they do things like that all the time, though, don't they? Sometimes they do react to each other, and sometimes it's just coincidence. I mean, for instance, like games with gold, that's Xbox reacting to PlayStation Plus, isn't it?
True, that is true, yeah.
But sort of Sony's done the same. Sony's seen how well Xbox 360 done with online, and they changed their whole infrastructure to try and match it.
What I don't like, though, is how they're bolstering their release schedule by saying, oh, yeah, this is the greatest release in history because you've got 100 games coming out. And it's like, they were already out. Don't try and tell us that you had all these games coming out. They were really old games that you just made them work on a new console.
Yeah,
to be honest, if you had some good skills on the PC, you probably could have done it anyway.
The marketing worries me as well because they go, Xbox One's now backwards compatibility, but it's only kind of limited, isn't it? I mean, if you look at the list of games that's on there, they aren't exactly games that you'd think, oh wow, that's the ones I wanted on there. There's quite a lot missing. Yeah. Really.
There's a lot. I mean, I think they put Assassin's Creed 2, but none of the other Assassin's Creed games.
But you're never going to please everyone, though, are you? That's just the way.
No, I think they've got a fair spread of what was available on the console, and it's only going to build over time.
Exactly. You can't please everyone, bloody miserable gets.
Well, you know what? People have got to complain because they've got everything they want, so they've got to pick about something.
See, and we're talking about backwards compatibility, and I'm thinking, well, do I really want it? I mean, I'm looking at my shelf now, and I've got about 10 games probably that I'll need to get played by the end of the year because I want to play them. It's like... So,
I'm liking the idea of the Super Star Wars because that's not even a PlayStation 2 game. That was a Super Nintendo game, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
So that's not even... That is a proper old game. Yeah. So that's sort of emulation I do enjoy. I remember it being a rock solid game as well. But I like the sound of that. And the Jedi Starfighter, it was a good game as well. I think you will enjoy that one.
What one?
The Jedi Starfighter. Have you played that one yet?
And I've not played it yet. Well, it's not out yet, so I can't play it yet.
Okay.
But I will, eventually. But I mean, like I say, when you've already... I mean, a lot of games come out, don't they? And you think to yourself, well, I've got all these games to play. Do I really want to be going back and playing older ones when I've still got about 10 new ones on my shelf?
Because I've always had like games on the list to play, and there's always been a new game that gets in the way, and those games get further and further down the list. I'm like, like this week, for example, Bloodborne. So I was playing that. I had Battlefront sitting there for ages because I really wanted to play it, but I couldn't because I had to do Bloodborne. It's like, this is winding me up. And only last night was the first chance I had to play it. It's been sitting there for like 4 days.
Yeah,
and I think there's a lot of games. You know, it's a good time to be a gamer. There's so many games coming out.
Yeah, no, and
but
that's
unfortunately, there's so many as well, which is a problem.
And that's the thing, and like they say, PlayStation's no games or whatever, the Xbox greatest lineup ever or something. But I mean, when I look at both consoles, there's loads to play. So what does it matter? So if Sony had released an exclusive in November, it'd probably have died in its ass, to be fair, wouldn't it?
It's marketing playing it cleverly just to get a bit of division there, saying we're better than you.
There's just too many games in November. I mean, too many good games. I mean, next week we've got a couple of good... Well, I don't know if they're good, but we've got a couple of big games coming out next week as well.
Just Cause and
Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very... Just Cause, I think, will be... Well, I don't think they can fail with that. It's just going to be what it is. Rainbow Six, I'm very sceptical about. Very sceptical. I've got a feeling it's going to be rubbish. I mean, I don't know. I've not played it, so I've never even played the old betas or anything, but I've just got this feeling. Some games you just know. I mean, we've been in games long enough that when we see a game, we don't even need to play it before we just know that something's not going to be right with it, and I've just got that feeling about that game.
I'm going in with a very low expectation for reviewing it, put it that way, so if it's a positive review, that's good.
So next week, we'll soon know if my gut feeling was right or not. Watch this space. Okay, we're on to what we've played. What have we been playing?
Well, I've been on Dragon Blade Chronicles X quite a bit still, which is, huge. Bloodborne. What
did you say? Dragon Blade Chronicles
X Wii U comes. Well, it's embargoed till.
You talking about Xenoblade?
Oh, sorry. What did I say? Dragon Blade.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I think it's just a game you've made up.
I want to play Dragon Blade. Why can't I play that now?
Just can kind of sit in front of your Wii U playing this great game called Dragon Blade. And then your wife comes in, turns the TV on. Why are you sitting there? Why are you sitting there with a blank screen? Oh, I was daydreaming, sorry.
Got caught, isn't it? When you're playing games in your mind. But your Xenoblade, sorry, good game. It's huge. And it's embargoed, so I can't say anything really until December 4th, I think.
What else have you been playing then?
Bloodborne, which was just... taught me a brutal lesson in gaming again. I think I forgot all about just how hard that game was.
No, what about Battlefront?
And a little bit of Battlefront. I'm going to have another go on that, actually. I've got the whole afternoon to play that today. And I've not played Destiny at all. It's been 14 days since my last game of Destiny.
Oh, dear. I've been playing Battlefront. I've not really played much else, apart from Deadpool, which is dreadful. Dreadful. I couldn't believe Nolan North voiced the main character. I'm still completely stunned and we've had all these comments. We can't really play positive or negative this week because we've not really. The comments are too positive. There's too many nice things.
It's nice to be nice. Just
people talking to us and just being nice. So we can't play. Maybe next week. But anyway, I'm just looking at comments now about this Deadpool. Someone else agreeing with me that they noticed that it freezes from time to time, because I was saying when you're playing the game, the action, once you finish one bit of action, the game almost stops like it's thinking for a split second and then brings in the next bit of action, and it keeps doing that. Like it's just thinking about what it's going to do next. It sort of freezes for a second, and someone else was just saying they noticed it freezes from time to time as well.
It's interesting on this game because, I mean, we talked about emulation a minute ago, and this is quite interesting because obviously you have the emulation side, which is just recreating the game exactly as it was on your console, or you have the other route, which is the developers doing like a high def version and then re-releasing the game. Now, Deadpool, so I don't quite understand why, but is really, really cheap on the Xbox sale at the moment. Or you could buy the Xbox One version with better graphics, but plays terribly.
Better graphics, allegedly.
Okay,
and
sorry.
Don't buy it, honestly. Yeah,
you didn't really get across just how much you hated this game.
Maybe if they paid me to play it, I might consider it. Depends how much they paid me.
Yeah, it's one of those things. From what you're saying, just avoid.
I don't like it. There's plenty of people on Twitter who've said, "Oh, I think it's a great game," but I think they're delusional.
I think they're all liars.
But hey. I mean, I'm all for opinions, like I say, but mine's is right on this occasion.
People sitting in the Deadpool playing it. It's like, yeah.
Don't play that game. It's awful. Yeah. It's awful. Anyway, that's all I've been playing. I'm not going to talk about Battlefront again. I've probably talked too much about it.
You know what? It's nice to have a game that you're excited to play.
Yeah, I do. I think it's great. But anyway, right, that's our topic out of the way, but I did have another topic that I completely skipped past, and this was about digital versus retail and their prices as well. In the US, right, the digital prices are actually the same as retail prices. They're exactly the same, so you've got a choice. You can go digital, you can go retail. And like GameStop, who in America, they were sort of saying, oh, the big releases like Battlefront and that never met expectations.
Yeah.
But then there was other news that digital sales were up 7%, so it's more like it didn't meet their expectations. Whereas in the UK, we don't really have as much that problem. I imagine there are digital people buying digitally in the UK, but obviously the prices are a lot higher here, aren't they?
Well, I think just in general prices are higher because there's a lot more tax involved here.
Yeah, but I mean digital prices are ridiculous here. I mean it's got £104 or something for the Battlefront plus season pass collection. Whereas if you bought the game from ShopTo, say about £40, season pass about 40, you're paying 80, you're saving over £20 easy. And like, it's the same with other games as well. Some games at retail £40, if you buy them digitally, $59.99.
A lot of the times I find shops are able to pass on their deals across to people a lot easier. It's quite often, especially with like ShopTo, they can buy in a huge bulk. And they're able to make things.
Why do you think digital prices are more expensive than retail here? Is it to do with retailers? Do you think they don't want to upset anybody?
I think it has been that in the past. I think they almost like a little handshake to say, "Don't blow us out the water. We still need to sell your consoles."
Yeah.
If you make the games too cheap online, no one's going to buy the consoles from us, and we'll disappear. And when it comes out for a new release, you're screwed.
There's a few comments here I took from Twitter because I was discussing this. Someone says digital through Steam has always made PC cheap. Battlefront for £30 day one on Steam. I mean, I think that's what he said.
PC's always been a lot cheaper though, but also you think of the amount of money you got to pay to get a decent rig to actually play those games. That is a bit offset a bit.
Someone else saying they should be cheaper than retail prices. He's not sure why they're more. And someone else actually saying he would buy digitally if the prices were the same as the disc, and he said they should be the same price. There's no reason why they shouldn't be.
If they were the same, I'm in the past haven't been a fan of that route, but I'm getting there now. Especially a couple of games I bought recently, they didn't turn up on the day of release, which is quite frustrating. I could have walked down to a local Tesco's and paid for it in the morning and then done it. And then obviously, if you're buying retail, then you have to go through the rigmarole of the unfortunate modern hassle of updates. Yeah. So you go online and then you've got to either install the game onto your hard drive and then you've got to wait for an update. Whereas if you buy digitally, most of the time you can actually pre-upload it, have it all ready to go, and then just on the day they flip a switch and you can play it. Now, so digital for me is becoming a better option. The only problem with it is down to ownership and when they start cutting servers in the not the near future, but a few years' time or so, servers could start being cut. You may no longer be able to get access to the games that you brought, and that's my problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. Are you building a table in the background, by the way?
Sorry, is that really obvious?
Yeah.
So Helen's just got a record player and she's excitedly unwrapping it.
Ah, I thought you were building a table, getting the screws out.
She's got a little portable record player, so we got quite excited.
Oh, it's good to get excited about things. Open little packages. Don't have any packages today.
No.
Started on the Christmas presents buying.
I've bought 3 so far already, so I'm quite happy with that.
I've bought some.
I'm actually going to tap out the Black Friday sales and see what's going on. I don't normally get into that, but I thought, you know what, give it a go this year.
Yeah. I'll have a look, see what's going. ShopTo's going to have some Black Friday goodies. So
looking forward to that. Any ideas? Can you tell us?
I know we'll have a football game for under. What was it? Was it under 25 and under 30? I don't know, but I can't really. But I know there's a big game that's near enough just been released, and it will be under £30.
Okay, well,
and that'll be worth keeping an eye on.
Now, is that going to be Friday morning first thing, or is that going to be sort of?
Yeah, it's going to be Friday some point. 1 minute past midnight. I think that's tonight. Then I'm not staying up that night.
Well, I'll have a little look see because there's a few things I'm interested in.
There's a big game that everyone will be interested in that's going to be quite cheap, so worth keeping an eye on. Here's the questions. With the recent news of Microsoft finding the original Xbox games a challenge to emulate an Xbox One, what original Xbox games would you like to see ported over or even remastered? Now, I never had an original Xbox, so I need to leave that one to you.
Oh, original Xbox. Wow, there was a lot of tat on that console. I wasn't. You tell you what, you look back at it thinking there wasn't many games on there that were good.
I know somebody mentioned XIII or something.
Oh yeah, 13. Now that was on both the PlayStation and the Xbox.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
That wasn't an exclusive. Well, you had. Oh my word, what did you have? Oh, there's a Jedi one, the Obi-Wan tale or something like that came out, but I don't know if it's going to be any good again.
I don't know.
What games came out? Oh, Panzer Dragoon Auto.
What one?
Panzer Dragoon Auto.
Ah.
Well, that was a good game.
Conquer or something? Was that an Xbox? I don't even know what original games was on the Xbox. So it's a hard question for me.
There's a very, very good flying game that came out. I think it was called Crimson Skies. I honestly can't remember if it was that or not, so don't harm is that. That was a brilliant flying game. I think it was by the guys that made all the old airplane simulators that Microsoft was so good at making, and they made kind of an adventure game, like Sky Pirates and stuff, and that was brilliant. And that'd be worthwhile coming back again.
Yeah, and I'm just having a look at original Xbox games. I don't know. I don't even know if these are original Xbox games. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts. No.
Yeah. That's a shooting game. I don't know if people would have. I don't know. Over here, I don't think shooting deer is a fun thing to do.
Play original Xbox games on an Xbox. Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Gore-Tex.
Oh yeah. I think they done this backwards compat on the 360, didn't they?
Yeah, there's quite a lot. That's the list I'm looking at. Actually, original games from the Xbox on the 360. You know what? I never touched one of them.
So Dead or Alive Ultimate. That was quite a good sort of compilation.
I never even touched one of them. Not one, so I'm not fussed.
Even though there was an Xbox, the original Xbox in the flat I was staying in when that came out, The only game I actually played on that was Halo. It's the only game I played on it. Every other game we played was on the PlayStation 2.
Fair enough. Okay, right, moving on. I don't have any other questions, I do, but they're kind of ones we've been asked before, so there's no point, because we just end up repeating ourselves. A lot of them are just ones that we've talked about before, so I'll just talk about what's on next week instead. Out next week.
Yeah.
We've already mentioned two of them just because Free and Rainbow Six. There's also the fourth. There's Mario and Luigi Paper Jam Bros, which I think could be a good one. And there's Xenoblade Chronicles X, which again we're not out to talk about. And that's it. I'm looking at the week after. There's nothing.
Yeah,
the release list just goes and stops, and there's
and
nothing else
until
until
a couple of dribbles in sort of January, February time, and that's it, isn't it?
January 19th, Resident Evil Origins collection.
Okay.
And Zombie comes to retail, but it's already out digitally. And then you've got a few Lego fun packs and team packs and stuff. There's like a Lego Dimensions Ghostbusters level pack near enough the end of January, and you've got
actually, funny you mention that. How are you finding that? Are you still playing it?
Yeah, it's quite fun. Yeah, quite like it. Lego. Interestingly, at the end of January, Lego Marvel Avengers comes out as well, but that's nothing to do with Lego Dimensions.
No, that'd be
it's
separate.
Like a separate game.
They can't really, because obviously DC are quite heavily involved with the Dimension side of thing, aren't they? Because you've got the Batman and stuff. There's no way you're going to have Marvel and DC mixed up like that.
That's the next big game. The sort of Lego Marvel's Avengers, and the end of January, really, it just stops after next week. There's nothing. Although we're going to have a few weeks off near Christmas anyway, so
it means we can play games.
Yeah, exactly.
That we want to play. Not that we don't enjoy playing the games that we're given to review and stuff, but
but we can finally just have a chill.
Something, actually take in something that I might go have a bit of Fallout.
Yeah, I'll probably play Battlefront because Battle of Jakku's out next week.
That's out next week. Yeah.
Forgot about that. Never mentioned that. It's not actually officially out next week unless you pre-ordered, in which case
1st of December for pre-orders and 8th of December for everyone else.
Yeah, so excellent. I'm looking forward to playing that. That'll be good. I'm looking forward to seeing the map with the crashed Super Star Destroyer on it. Oh my god, that's going to be epic. It's a shame you don't get to fly one. Or how about a map where you run around in a Super Star Destroyer? And
they actually had that in Battlefront 2.
Oh, that'd be cool. And then you could go out, you could go to the dock and jump in a TIE fighter or an X-Wing and then go out and have a space battle.
You realise you're actually talking about what happened in Battlefront 2.
You could actually do that, and I've played Battlefront 2. You could actually.
See, this is where backwards compatible may be a good thing for you.
I'd like to have
there's levels where you had two massive cruisers, and you could fight inside each cruiser. Then you jump into the hangar, you jump into a ship, and then you fly outside and have a dogfight. And then you fly into the opposition's ship and jump out, and then run around.
Why didn't they do that?
It's amazing.
It kind of makes me feel a bit disappointed about Battlefront that there's no space battles. I mean, the thing about Star Wars is you want space battles.
Well, the thing is, I think the clue's in the title of the game, Star Wars. So, I mean, we kind of need a bit more stars in that one.
Because why couldn't they? I mean, that fighter squadron. Why couldn't it be based in space? Know what I mean? What would have been the harm?
Well, who knows what they got planned? This is the first one.
Exactly. Like I say, free content on the way. Plus, you've got content on the way via the season pass. So who knows?
There's no way they're not looking into that. There's no way, because they would have played all the original games and picked out and see what they can do. I'm guessing at the moment they just focused on creating what we have right now. Now, don't forget they can't really do anything about the Force Awakens yet. So hopefully, once that film's done, then we're going to start getting a lot more stuff involved with the new film, and you're probably going to get a bit more stuff in space because you've got the new ships that people want to fly in. I think that's when you're going to start noticing a lot more, hopefully, good games coming out, and not just tosh.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's exciting. Anyway, that's us. We're done. We're done for another week, and we'll be back again next week. And that's it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.